Hey guys, Woods Farm here. Just doing another Mastercraft product review. This time it's the 6 amp 4.5 inch angle grinder. I've had 3 of these over the years. Currently I've got 2 of them in rotation. I've used these pretty extensively for well over a year in the shop, doing a lot of metal fabrication. And they seem to be holding up okay. I did burn one of them out. I believe I purchased a 2-pack on sale, and probably going back 2 years now, and at some point one of those burned out. I find in the shop what happens is the motors just give out. I think too much dust and metal dust and stuff gets inside and ends up cooking them. But overall, for the price, they're not bad grinders. Like I said, I have used and abused these things, and for the most part they're still going. Again, I wouldn't advocate paying full price, but they do go on sale pretty regularly. At least 2 or 3 times a year I see them go on sale, either individually or in a 2-pack. I do have a couple of complaints. The plastic handle that comes with them is pretty cheap and does have a tendency, if you drop it or bang it around too much, they'll crack. You can see how dirty these are. Like I said, these are in heavy use. I have one set up at all times with a cutoff wheel and another one with a grinder disc or a flap disc usually. I tend to run them without the safety guards. That's just me, but generally speaking, they're not a bad little grinder. That said, the one major complaint I have with this grinder, and honestly, especially if you're not really experienced with grinders, these things can be pretty dangerous, particularly if you throw on a wire wheel. They will buck right out of your hand if you're not careful, depending on what angle you're cleaning off the metal. But so the issue I have with these is the switch. It's on and it's off. Now it kind of has, when you click it up into the on position, it's sort of a positive lock, and then the off, I guess it's supposed to be like a quick release. I think you just kind of have to touch it and it comes off. I mean, theoretically, I guess. The reason I don't like this is because what happens is you turn it on and you drop this thing and it continues to run. You drop it and it hits your leg or tangles around something or whatever. Somebody walks by and trips the cord, pulls it out of your hand. It bucks out of your hand when you're using a wire wheel, whatever. This thing will keep running, and I feel like that's dangerous. Now you compare that to a Dewalt, and it has this paddle or flapper style switch. And it does have a lockdown, but I prefer that. I prefer like a trigger type switch with a lockdown over a positive, on and off switch on a tool like this. What happens with the Dewalt here, you got the paddle switch down. It's a little finicky maybe to engage it because it has kind of this safety latch here. But if you let it go or it bucks out of your hand or anything goes sideways, it turns off. Now, mind you, it doesn't immediately stop, but it turns off. And I feel like that's a huge safety feature. And it's one of the reasons why I don't like that grinder. Despite it being cheap, much cheaper than a Dewalt like this, I just don't like that switch. So, I use these a lot. So the likelihood of me, injuring myself because of the switch is definitely a lot higher. So I probably won't buy these grinders again. Just because of that. There's plenty of power, and they do stand up. This one's got some wear on the cord. I just had to put some black tape around it, but they're not bad. Despite them actually being roughly the same size as the Dewalt, I feel like they're a little bit heavier too. I don't know why, and I feel like the Dewalt's got a little more torque. When I'm doing a lot of sanding and a lot of work, I'll specifically go to the Dewalt one. I usually keep it loaded with a flap disc. But, you know, if you just need one grinder and for a few little jobs, you know, not bad. So I've just kept this box on the shelf since I bought this one. And, you know, you get an instruction manual, which I never even opened and looked at. You get, it's kind of cool, you get two safety guards. You get kind of like an open-faced one, and you get like a completely enclosed one. So, yeah, if you want to be extra safe. You get the little spanner wrench for tightening them down. I never use those. And you get, like I said, the plastic handle, which, in my opinion, the quality is a little dubious on this, but it is what it is. Yeah, it talks about the bonus cutting guard, and you know, the handle moves into 3 positions. That's pretty standard for most grinders. Single speed, 11,000 RPM. So that's my review on the Mastercraft angle grinder. Like I said, perfectly adequate probably for, you know, most people's application, but my biggest concern is the switch, which is why I'm not going to get another one of these. I'm just going to spend the extra money and get a Dewalt or something else that has like a paddle or trigger type switch. Hopefully this helps you decide whether or not you want to go ahead and purchase one of these grinders. If you have any questions or comments about them, leave them below. And definitely like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Mastercraft product reviews. As always, thanks for watching.